Hello, today I will show the installation process of WifiMon with the Ansible playbook. A WifiMon service depends on several other services such as Elasticsearch, Logstash, Kibana, PostgreSQL database, and of course WifiMon agent itself. These services can be installed on different hosts. For example, you can install Elasticsearch on the one host, the Logstash and the Kibana on the another host, PostgreSQL on the third host, and so on. But today we will talk about the single node installation, which means that all these components will be installed on the same host. Supported operating systems for this playbook are Debian 10, Debian 11, Ubuntu 18 and Ubuntu 20. The minimal hardware requirements of the single node installation are shown here. They are 2-core CPU with 8 GB of memory and at least 10 GB of free space. Now let's see what type of virtual machine we have. It's an Ubuntu 20.04. So we have 4 CPUs with 8 GB of RAM. And 15 GB of available space. Let's follow the instructions on the GitLab, clone the repository, change directory to it, and here are all the files. Here's the playbook itself. First we need to set the IP address or fully qualified domain name under the WAS section in hosts CFG file. So here at the WAS section we need to set the IP address of our virtual machine, which is this one. We can comment out this one, all other sections, as far as we are installing all the components on the same machine. Next we need to ensure that Ansible machine have the root access over SSH to the target server. We can check the connectivity with this command. Everything seems okay. Next we need to set the variables in vars main yum file. First of all, we need to set the host name of our WifiMon service and domain name. So the whole domain of our WifiMon service will be was.grena.g, the combination of these two variables. Of course, this host name should have a DNS record of type A, and it should be pointed to the to our target host where the WifiMon service next will be installed. In other words, the was.grena.g should be pointed to the virtual service where the WifiMon services are going to be installed. Okay.
Also, we have several other domains that all and these domains also should exist and also should point it to the same IP address. In my case, these domains are was.ui.grena.g, was.elastic.grena.g, and was.kibana.grena.g. Let's check if all these domains are pointed to the same IP address, and here they are. This was all the mandatory requirements that we need to run the playbook, but it will be better if we will set the default variables, if we will change the default variables such as the WifiMon database user password. We can change this one. This is the password of the PostgreSQL database. The WifiMon user, this one is WifiMon admin password. This variable is for the Let's Encrypt admin email. Next we have some other variables for Elastic password, for Kibana password, for Logstash system user, for Logstash writer user, and at last we have the fingerprint key. There is a hint here that we can use this command to generate the random string. At this point, all the variables are set and we can run the playbook. The playbook needs about 6 to 10 minutes to end, depending on the internet connection you have and depending the resources of the virtual machine. I will pause the recording now and we'll back in a few minutes. Before the installation process will end, we can check the user interface if it's working, and as you can see it's not working yet because the process is running and the installation process is not finished yet. Next we will check this URL and it should work. Okay, now I will pause once again the recording. We are back. The installation process has been finished. Let's check this URL. In my case, I have the user interface at this URL, but in your case, of course, this URL will be different depending on the variables you have set in vars main file. The password for the user interface is defined in vars file. So everything you need, every variable, every password and the username, everything are defined in vars a main YAML file. So WifiMon admin email is this one, and the password is the second one. Let's log in. The second login interface is for the Kibana dashboard. The username is Elastic for this Kibana dashboard, and the password is the value of this variable. Let's see. So this is a password. Let's wait for a minute. You can see that we have a ready to use WifiMon service. The Ansible playbook has done a lot of stuff, starting from installing different services such as Elk Stack, such as database, PostgreSQL database, WifiMon agent. Also, it has imported the database in Elasticsearch, indices in the Elasticsearch. Also, it creates the user for you and does the whole job. So it was the installation process of WifiMon service with Ansible, and I hope you enjoyed the video, and thanks for watching.